Hey Game Changers. So this is the first part of Mindset Monday, or Thoughtful Tuesday, because it's Tuesday today, but next time it's going to be on Monday from here on out. And I'm going to do it the first 2 weeks, but we'll have other directors also helping me out and doing these as well, because I think it'll help us to get our mindset right and how we're going to tackle the challenges that we have throughout the week. So, and it's a slow process, you know. We got to start with the mind. We got to change the mind in order to have a change in results. So today I want to talk about, and I'll try to make this short, okay? But I may run a little longer than I had hoped, but hopefully it'll still be good stuff for you. So today I want to talk about the difference between motivation and inspiration. So to start off, I'd like to read the definitions of these first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so what I have here is motivation. Okay, if you Google these, this is what you'll get: the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. That's motivation. Inspiration: the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. So, you know, if you look at both of these definitions, you may think like they're pretty much talking about the same thing. But I'm going to point something out here, okay? I'm going to point out that one of them has to deal with behavior, while the other one has something to do with a mental change. So one is actually external in nature, the other one is an internal transformation, actually. So, so one is internal, one is external. And to make it simpler, when I think about motivation, it kind of reminds me of a locomotive. So a locomotive is a train, of course. So it's this big machine that's moving forward or backward, depending on how you're gonna do it. But basically, it's something outside of us moving. While as when I think of inspiration, the root word of it is inspire. So inspire is an interesting, you know, we tend to expire in terms of our breath, but inspire, of course, there's a motivational, there's a internal component to it in terms of to inspire someone. But inspire also has this definition: breathe in, or to fill, or breathe in, or inhale. So again, it's going back to that internal thing. So if you think about it, looking at it from this aspect, you can think of motivation as almost as if like a mechanical movement, like a robot can be motivated, as if motivated. You know, it's not exactly motivated, but their movements are it's like representing motivation. Whereas inspiration, or to inspire, to take something in, it's so if I think about it, when we take in oxygen and it we absorb it into our lungs, in a sense you kind of become one with that, and you're transformed by that. So how do I put this? So one is mechanical, the other one is almost life-giving, if that makes sense. You know, the one is metal or exterior metal. The other one is internal, flesh, bone, sweat, tears. There may even be an emotional component to it, right? That's inspiration. So just to reiterate this more, David Goggins, a former SEAL, states it in this way: those that are motivated will want to go on a run, but once the cold air hits them in the face, they don't want to go on that run anymore, right? So, but an inspired person, they'll want to go on that run. That cold air will hit them in the face just as hard, and they'll feel just as uncomfortable. And I'm paraphrasing here. But the difference is the inspired person will go back, grab a coat, and then go for their run, right? It's not exactly based on feelings, is my point. It's based on an internal change. You know, so the motivated person will run because they feel like it, maybe, right? Whereas the inspired person will run because it's just who they are right now. That's who they are. Okay, so that's one thing. So the question is, you know, as a game changer at this point, you know, we're at week 3. I gotta ask you guys, or I urge you to ask yourself this question: are you motivated or are you inspired? Now, here's the truth: is I understand that when we started Game Changers, I bet you were pumped to do this. Like, oh man, I signed a contract. I put my name on that. We're gonna do this, right? But now it's week 3. Now let me ask you, how motivated do you feel? Right? You can answer this question based on your recent activity. You know, if there's a bump on the road, well, is that enough to throw you? Well, I'm glad that you guys are all still here. But understand, you can choose to be inspired as opposed to just motivated. Okay? I'm hoping that you're choosing to be motivated. And so it kind of reminds me of the boot camp, right? This is what I noticed with the boot camp. You know, we had 3 months of that thing, and that was great, and I loved it, and I appreciated it. But after, like, when I got to February and March, I could predict it already. I could predict that half of the teams that started a boot camp would not finish it. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like, we had like a list of so many teams at the beginning, every month. And then at the end, you'll only see a few teams that are actually still there. And it's not to put them down or anything like that. But what's the difference between the teams that made it to the end and the teams that didn't? Well, it seems to me, if you want to simplify it, half of the teams were motivated and half the teams were inspired, right? They were actually going to finish it. So I ask you guys, you know, are you inspired? I hope you're inspired. And here's the thing, you might be thinking, this is great. I know the difference between inspiration and motivation. I want to be inspired. I want to have inspiration, but who's going to inspire you, right? You're thinking, oh, maybe Rolando could inspire me. Well, I can't really do that, honestly. But I'll put this back. I'll try to answer that question with a question. The question is, what's the name of this challenge? That's one question. And another question is, what do we call each other as being members of this challenge? It's called Game Changers, the Game Changer Challenge, and we call each other Game Changers. So the question is it game changed, as in with a D at the end? Or is it game changer with an R at the end? And of course, you know it's game changer at the R at the end. Now here's the thing. If it's game changer and not game changed, the D, then let's not look to be inspired. Instead, let's look to be the inspiration. You see, there's a difference here. Now, of course, you know, we're in this process of changing ourselves and changing our lives. I get that. But if we refer to each other as game changers, that means we are not to be changed, but to implement the change. So here's the thing. I'll actually there's one thing I forgot, is I'd like to give the definition of game changer. Okay, we're just gonna go through the whole dictionary today. Okay, guys, hope you don't mind. It's gonna be a few hours. No, I'm just kidding. Here's another, probably the last definition. Okay, game changer, an event, idea, or procedure that affects a significant shift in the current manner of doing or thinking about something. Now, here's the thing. I called you a game changer. I'm a game changer. We're game changers, right? So let me change this definition a little bit to refer to a human being, okay? Okay, once again, it's an event, idea, or procedure that affects a significant shift in the current manner of doing or thinking about something, right? So in this case, if you're the game changer, if I'm the game changer, it's a person that affects significant shift in the current manner of doing things doing, thinking about something. So if you're the one that's causing the change, if you're the game changer, you choose to be inspired. I'm going to urge you to choose that for yourself. Because, believe it or not, it's on your shoulders, right? When Game Changers, the actual event, the challenge itself is done, who's gonna be in charge after, in terms of like setting up other goals for yourself and meeting those goals? Well, you are. You're the game changer. We just happen to be part of it too, and I'm a game changer, so I'm responsible too. But so I'm just gonna leave it to you guys to understand that. Don't look to be inspired. Choose to be inspired and be an inspiration. Inspire others. And let me tell you guys, when I see your vlogs and stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm personally inspired, because even when you share your struggles, man, dude, like when I see you guys, like you're sharing your struggles and stuff, I'm like, but they're still here, right? Like whatever struggles you're going through, whether it be like just personal struggles or fitness struggles or whatever it is, emotional struggles, the fact that you still signed that contract, the fact that you're still here and still going after it each and every day, that inspires me to keep going, guys. So I guess with the question is, who's gonna inspire me? Well, you guys inspire me. Hopefully I can inspire you, but really, we need to be the inspiration for one another. So just don't look about it as if, who's gonna inspire me, but who am I gonna inspire? That's the point of the vlogs too, guys. Like, someday, somebody's gonna wanna do what you're doing right now. And you know what? Someday, somebody's gonna have a hard time, like maybe what you're having right now. And they see that you still accomplish your goals. Boy, that's inspiring. So I'll leave you with a few quotes here, and then I'll end this. Oh man, 12 minutes already, boy. So one quote is, "The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right." That's one quote. Another quote, "Where the mind goes, your body follows." Another quote, last quote, okay? "As a man thinketh, so is he." That last one is based on Proverbs 23 verse 7, okay? It's based on it, it's not the whole thing. There's more to that verse, but I'm not gonna go into it right now, but we can talk about that some other time, because that's pretty interesting too. But basically, I just wanna urge you guys here is, your feelings will ebb and flow, regardless of your situation. Situations change, and some days you're not gonna feel like trying to go after the goals you said you'd go for. Some days you're gonna feel like, I'm just too tired. I just don't feel like it. And I get that, man. I get that. I totally get that. And I think I've admitted it to you guys. I don't feel very motivated here, blah, blah. Okay, I've done that with the vlog 1. But I'm gonna encourage you guys to let your mind lead and not your feelings. I'm going to encourage you guys to let your mind decide and let your feelings follow. Because if you still want to get your goals, you got to keep going, man. Like, the next 2 months will pass regardless. Now it can pass in a way that you don't meet your goals and you may feel disappointed, unfortunately. But it can pass still, and you can meet those goals. But you have to go with what your mind has decided. Okay? Not how you feel right now. Now, where the mind goes, the body follows. And I will say this, what the mind decides, the feelings will change. Okay? So, that's it. Hopefully that's motivating to you guys, and I just gotta say, keep going, game changers. I'm with you. We're with you. Let's keep at it. All right. Take care.